Hi, so my name is Leah and my campaign's called Young Yet Poweful, and the focus of my campaign is about educating people on voting, so particularly people my age and maybe a bit younger, and also raising awareness about how people that are 16 and 17 that can't vote having an impact on their lives. So when I was researching, I found there's lots of things that you can actually do at 16, but you can't actually vote, and that could have a large impact. So for example, at 16, you can consent to sex, so that means the government in theory deems you as responsible enough to have a child. So imagine being a young parent at 16 or 17 and not actually having a say in you or your baby's rights. Also, at 17, some people who drive actually can pay tax on the roads. Also, at 16, you can pay income tax, even though that is very rare. So you are expected to have adult responsibilities and put money towards the government, but also don't get a say in stuff like that. You can also join the army. So if you can be responsible enough to go to war and protect the country, it seems to me a bit ridiculous that you, again, can't have a say. There's been countries that have lowered the voting age to 16. So for example, Scotland did that. And the difference was that there is now more trust in the politics system, so people that are younger are actually more educated on voting and how the politics work. There's also been an increased voter turnout. But the main problem that people view with 16 to 17-year-olds being able to vote is that they don't believe that we're either A, educated enough, or B, can make an informed decision. But my argument to that is that lots of people that are 16 have their GCSEs, have graduated school, and there are lots of adults that have only got high school education and that haven't gone to college or university. And to say that the lack of experience was an issue would be given the fact that there was a such thing as an incorrect vote, which kind of would be contradictory to the whole idea of democracy. And particularly as well for people that are young, the laws and stuff that are about to come into place have a greater effect than someone who's in older generations that won't actually be affected as much. So when you're younger, you kind of have a bit less control, and if you don't get a say in that, and then you've come into a thing that's already been in play, they haven't got a say in it, can be quite unfair. So that's what my campaign's about.
Does anybody have any questions?
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention I do have an email as well. So it's youngyetpowerful@gmail.com, and I'm working on the social media platform right now.
I wanted to ask, how old are you?
I am 16. Yes.
I thought that was amazing. I think you're really confident and your passion was really clear. So you should be really proud of yourself.
Thank you.
Because it takes a lot of guts to stand up there by yourself.
Definitely.
I guess what I'm interested in is, I think the statistics that you presented are really powerful, and your passion's really clear. So what kind of inspired you to sort of take on this challenge, I guess?
Well,
personally?
I'd say that I'm very interested in activism in general, and I'm kind of very active on social media with problems going on with the world and like to make the change. And we was presented lots of ideas that we could choose to do our topic on. And I feel like it's not something that I really thought about, but when I looked at it, it was actually quite shocking, because I know myself that I'm very opinionated, and I never actually realised how much stuff you could actually do, but you can't have a say in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well done, that was really excellent, and I think it's a really important topic, and I wholeheartedly support your arguments, and the party that I'm a member of also supports your arguments, and we think that the voting age should be lowered to 16, most definitely. So 100%. What I'm curious to know about is, you talk about education sort of in general, and you're quite right that if people who finish school can vote, then of course you should be able to vote.
Yeah.
You don't have to have been to university or something to be able to vote, so it is a bit of an absurd sort of argument. But what have you learnt about politics or sort of the party political system or the voting electoral system at school so far?
So I feel like there isn't as much education in schools about voting and just politics in general. You taught like the rough idea, but there's like, I doubt there's many people that know like actually how it works. So the education's not great, which I'd like to again raise awareness for.
I think that'd be a really great campaign. I think the difficulty, I know if I said that to a teacher, they'd say to me, okay, the curriculum's already jam-packed, where are we going to fit it? And that's the challenge, isn't it? So if you can give some thought to that would be really helpful. Yeah. Well done. Thank you.
Possibly. Are you going to win? I want you to, because I think it's spot on, but are you going to win the campaign?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Good. I think you're right. I think it's got to come sooner or later.
Definitely. I think the point you made about young things affect young people for longer, that really came home to roost with me when Brexit referendum, when 16-year-olds that would be affected with their right to live and work and travel all across Europe were not given a say, but somebody who was 80 that might not be here in a few years did have a say. And I thought that really highlighted to me how wrong it is that young people who will be severely impacted by these decisions don't get a say in those decisions. I probably shouldn't be sort of political, but I think some of the resistance around letting young people vote is because they won't vote the way that the current government want them to.
That's what I found.
Yeah.
True though, isn't it?
Absolutely. So, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done.
That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lynn.